College Corner.
Putting some new flavor on the College Corner this week. We had a very successful college football run, and now it's college basketball season. Still are college football games ongoing, so if you're looking for college football best bets, we have you covered. Make sure go to dimers.com. Dimers Pro has those for conference championship week, and we'll have more as bowl season gets here. But it's a huge Tuesday night slate here as we get into December in my favorite sport of college basketball. There are plenty of great teams in action, some very high-profile games, and I am someone who likes to tend to betting the highest profile games. Luckily, our model shows value in 3 of them tonight, beginning with Michigan State -5.5 against Iowa. Now, Iowa has a new coach, Ben McCollum, who is amazing. If you don't know his story, you should Google this. Kurt Signetti style, who he gets compared to, right? McCollum came from the non-Division I ranks, jumped all the way up to Division I mid-major level for the first time last year with Drake, instantly spat out a 31-4 season, won a game in the NCAA tournament. He is just a savant type coach, and he's got his point guard Bennett Sturts with him, who started all the way at the junior college level and has now risen all the way up to being a preseason All-American. He's one of the best, most prolific point guards in the country. He's just not a big time athlete, but he's as skilled as any player you'll find in the backcourt. These are all reasons why you would find Iowa interesting. The reason you should bet Michigan State tonight is because none of the things that make Iowa interesting are going to work in the Breslin Center against a Tom Izzo team. You have a superstar point guard that needs to do everything for you. Great. Here comes Jeremy Fears, the best perimeter defender in the sport, who has held his primary matchup in 3 big games this year to like 20% shooting combined. He's elite, and he's a monster, and he takes superstars out of their games. Beyond that, Iowa's really free throw line dependent. They are second in the country in free throw rate. You just cannot go into the Breslin Center expecting to get calls. And that's not me saying Michigan State gets a beneficial whistle there. There's certainly times that it has happened, but it's a losing formula to be a team that needs to win the free throw line against Michigan State on the road. Michigan State's undefeated. They've been great in their big games. And with respect to Ben McCollum, who I do think is the Kurt Signetti of college basketball, do you remember what happened to Kurt Signetti in his big games in year 1? Usually got blitzed and failed to cover all of them. This is the first real test for Ben McCollum. First Big Ten game of his career in Tom Izzo's backyard. I'll take the Spartans by 6 or more. 2 huge games next, starting with UConn against Kansas. Now, this is like the injury-ridden bowl of college basketball's entire season this year. Kansas, Darren Peterson, the projected number 1 pick, has not played in 3 weeks. He is officially ruled out for this game. Their role players have held together better than anyone expected, me included, going 3-0 at the Players Era Festival last week. It's a little bit unsustainable for me. I think that Kansas run, if you look at the teams they beat without Darren Peterson at Players Era, 2 of them were Notre Dame and Syracuse. Those were competitive games. Notre Dame and Syracuse are both outside the top 70 nationally right now. Tennessee was the most impressive win. Kansas was down 10 most of that game to Tennessee before a furious comeback. I just think they're due to get bit. They're pretty kind of covered as bare on paper without Darren Peterson offensively. And UConn is a team that is finally getting healthy. They got their center, Terrace Reed, back. They got the 5-star freshman, Braylon Mullins, back for their huge win over Illinois this weekend. Illinois is a better team than Kansas. UConn won that game on a neutral floor by 13. Now, the big thing here is home court advantage, but just point blank, UConn at full strength is a top 3 team in the country. Kansas may not be a top 20 team in the country, even with Darren Peterson. Without him, you've got to take the team at full strength here. And then lastly, we've got Duke -8.5 against Florida. Now, Duke's one of the more interesting teams to discuss early in the season because the analytics want you to believe that this team's amazing. They're third on KenPom. Basically, any sort of analytics service you can find in college basketball will tell you they're a top 3 team in the sport. I buy it. I mean, they have the 5th-ranked defense and 5th-ranked offense right now. It's incredibly rare for a team to be that balanced 1 month into the season, but they're really big. They've got a superstar in Cameron Boozer who has point guard skills and the size of a center. And he's really a tough matchup for anybody. If you try to single cover him, it looks an awful lot like what he did to Arkansas this week when he had 35 points and 9 rebounds. They're going to take on Florida, the defending national champs. Florida's been having huge issues in the backcourt this year. Xavier Lee, the mid-major transfer from Princeton, just has not looked the part for these bigger games. Boogie Flan has not been as efficient as they expected. It really leaves them entirely just a monster front court. But monster front courts tend to try and cover Cameron Boozer with single coverage. That's when Cameron Boozer feasts. I think that's what's going to happen tonight. It's a really, really big number, but it's a true home game for Duke. And I think this is the night where the analytics get proven right and Duke wins by double figures. Added up, that's the final card for the College Corner this week. It is Michigan State -5.5, UConn to win outright at Kansas, and Duke -8.5 against Florida.
Good picks, Greg. I feel like if you are out there and you've been watching college basketball at all for the last 30 years, you probably don't need a lot of reasons to back Tom Izzo, UConn, and Duke, but Greg gives you plenty, and the Dimers model's got a few more. So I will be on 2 of these tonight, as I cannot bet UConn in my lovely home state, but I will be rooting for them in spirit for all the rest of you, and I will certainly be on the other 2 spreads.
You love to see it. And this is why you need to subscribe to the pod, by the way, because now that it is college hoop season, we probably will do quite a few college basketball, college corners on Tuesdays, especially Tuesdays are notoriously loaded slates in that sport. So we put these episodes out every Tuesday, every Thursday. I'll do my best to continue delivering college picks that can win week to week, but you got to act quicker on them than you did with the college football college corners. So make sure you subscribe so you get notifications every time this pod drops, and you can jump on and tail these bets alongside our model with us.